sleeping in a room by herself as a way to punish her husband. The poor man was clueless, really. He looked good, the people loved him, and he was a skilled diplomat, but he couldn't convince his wife that he was faithful, even though, deep down, she knew he was. Her marriage contract required 2 heirs, and with Lorenzo being 18 months, it was time. She would reconcile with him, return to his bed, and then tell him the news of their pregnancy a few weeks later. She would have the child, say he was royal, fulfill her contract, and then leave the palace for good. A tear trickles down her face as her hand involuntarily moves to cover her abdomen. The next frame on the wall holds a clipping from a Montrovian newspaper, reporting that the princess had a riding accident, getting bucked off her horse and then stepped on by it. She can still remember the pain surging through her body. When she lost the baby and the ability to have more children, she was shocked and awed when Giovanni held her and told her that he had fallen in love with her during their marriage, that there was no one else he desired, that Lorenzo was enough for them, that he wouldn't allow his parents to void their marriage over this. And he stood by his word. He was always a man of his word. She, on the other hand, hadn't promised anything that day. She had been too distraught, too emotional, too guilty. When she told her lover it was over, he threatened to tell all if their affair ended. Even though she didn't desire the man further, they have been meeting in private for over 20 years. It went from exciting and passionate to being one of her duties, something she's had to do to maintain her crown. And, mostly, her secret. She never wanted to hurt Giovanni with the truth of her betrayal, for she did love him. Now her lover is leaving his wife, after all these years, and he wants to marry Grace. Wants to take his place of power at her side, which is kind of crazy, considering the high rank he already holds in the Montrovian military. He says that if she refuses, he will tell the world his story. Their story. In all its lurid detail, including the photos he has been taking in secret all these years. Time is ticking. Although she wishes more than anything that her son could marry for love, she's learned the hard way that love isn't enough. Lorenzo must marry before the end of the year, because that's when all hell is going to break loose in her world. She's lost in thought when her door opens with a bang and her son barges in. "Mother, what did you do? Why did you make the announcement early?" "Because you were out of time. I proposed to Huntley last night, and she accepted. We were to announce our news to you this afternoon." She can tell that her son is quite distraught and can imagine how the evening went. A proposal and fervent love-making, followed by the announcement this morning. The fact that Huntley Von Allister isn't here by his side, fighting for her man, tells her all she needs to know. Huntley Von Allister will never be the Queen of Montrovia. This afternoon's press conference was marked on your calendar, Lorenzo. I assumed it was about the bombing, not... Mother, how could you? Don't question me. I'm doing what has to be done to protect our country and the royal bloodline. Your father and I failed. You must not. What do you mean? He asks. You know that your father and I also had an arranged marriage. When you were a toddler, I had a riding accident while pregnant that caused me to miscarry and lose the ability to have children. I urged your father to remarry to have more heirs, but he refused. There have been numerous attempts on your life already. If you die, Montrovia will die with you. Montrovia is under attack from unknown forces. He cautiously agrees. That is why I announced your engagement. We need to have something to keep the people interested while we deal with this internally. You want me to fight the attack with procreation? Yes, I do. I was betrothed to your father for one reason and one reason only. To produce heirs. Lizzie has been proven to be reproductively sound. What?